Medea people. So guess what now? We're up on a live video. And we're going to talk today about squatter land and how many percentage of Jamaicans are squatting. This is a serious video and this is serious business. Now, did you know that the amount of people that is squatting in Jamaica can get Andrew out of office? No, seriously, the squatters, there are people who are squat in a Jamaica. No, so they can vote out such man. You can vote him out. The amount of people where squat in a Jamaica can get out such man. We're going to talk about the amount of people in Jamaica who are squat. And me see them go for squatters right now, and such man come out and grind him teeth off of them. And this is a hard thing to fix. I think it's easier to fix if you regularize the people them and let them pay for the land and give them title for the land. There are too many people in Jamaica who are squatting people. Now, this Trelawney situation is turning out into a political thing. You see, Labour use it and the PNP them use it while the people them are suffer and the people them don't even know if it got them traumatized. When we go up on social media, we say, everybody have a story to tell. And it's more political more than nothing, people. They say, Labour have a story to tell. I say PNP, everybody use it to try to get political mileage. Finger point, which this, that, and the other. And all the people that want to write it is just help. And this cloud and crowd and conversation going all different direction, it is confusing. And me not see no help I go to the people them. We're not done with the political thing, man. PNP I use it and Labour I use it. We don't abuse it. Let me tell you something. Over the decades, Labour and PNP politicians have abused the Jamaican people, used them for vote with informal who are living in informal settlement. With regularization, one day them can get a title hanging over their heads. So each election, the same politician go with the same promise. This is always stupid, How many times we tell us that Jamaicans are some people who can easily lead and tie in a bush upon a rope like goat. Jamaica live off a promise. Just promise them something. You know, long them promise the road and water. Politicians don't have to do nothing for us. And remember, I tell you already, especially when you in this garrison community, politicians don't have to come back. Because you're there at the Labour or PNP, they don't have to do nothing for you more than give you a promise. Or don't even promise you. Because they're not coming back to do nothing. Because why should they come back when they're not changing your vote? You will never change your vote. You're die-hearted whether they do something or not. We, Jamaica, our vote don't depend on politicians really come with good policy. $5,000, box lunch, and promises. We, the people, need to be educated first. That's why I can see Jamaicans going to be oppressed for the next 20 years. Unless we get education and come out of this. PNP dunce, Labour right dunce. We have a problem here. Check this out, people. According to Google, I'm going to read for you guys. Many Jamaican garrison communities originated as informal settlements or squatter lands that evolved into politically aligned enclaves. These communities maintain strict political loyalties tied historically to Jamaica's two major political parties, the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, and the People's National Party, PNP. JLP-aligned communities historically rooted in informal or reclaimed developed settlements. One of them is Tivoli Gardens. Me say if them figure get off squatters off of Jamaica, it'll be hell to pay. Many people squatting in Jamaica, a large portion of your population. So when you not talk about squatters, you might be hurting your best friend who might live in an informal settlement. We have hundreds of those in Jamaica, and we're getting there today. Tivoli Gardens, located in West Kingston, famously developed and regularized under JLP leadership, Following the clearance of older informal settlements like Bakawal, it remains a core JLP stronghold. Denham Town, adjacent to West Kingston, an inner city community with deep historical ties to JLP political machinery and local support bases. May I tell you, man, as soon as they get their vote, man, may I tell you, you have to promise Jamaica people something we have a habit. If man do something for me, we not vote for him, can't do nothing for me. We never get nothing from him yet. Right? When I say, boy, I do something for the wider community, then I can be benefited. My neighbor can benefit, my kids them can benefit. No, him not do nothing for me, so I not vote for him. What a way to think. PNP aligned communities historically rooted in inner city and informal squatter growth. South St. Andrew, including areas like Arnett Gardens and Trench Town, Jonestown subsets, widely recognized as foundational PNP garrison cluster, originating partly from densely populated and historically informal working class neighborhoods. August Town, located in St. Andrew, features sections with long-standing informal settlement, histories, and strong loyalty to the PNP. You hear me say, people? So note, while these areas started with informal or low-income housing and strong party dominance, contemporary governance policies such as recent 2026 announcement by the Jamaican government regarding crown land squatting continue to shift how informal and regularized communities are managed. I wanted to hear what I want, you know. Everything changed under such man, you know, 2026. It's like no informal settlement is safe. So someone already see them tear down beautiful structures all over the place. Most recently in a Trelawney, and they see it all over social media, and they're making a political thing out of it where the people them still want help while they're on social media and make political argument out of it. Let's reason and see the amount of Jamaicans who are squatting, as they would call it, informal settlement. We're going to see that in this story right here, right? Approximately, according to Google, approximately 20% of the population in Jamaica lives in informal or squatter settlements. Do you know what 20% is? What the government plan to do with 20% of the nation who are live on squatter land? Show them a road. Where? I believe such man a mash up Jamaica. I say it already. He might destabilize the country right before your eyes, and somehow you still don't give a damn about on yourself, the future, on the kids. They might destabilize the country bit by bit. Look at every ministry. It's not an accident why they might mash up. They might build a few local buildings and talk about development. Who can't benefit from none of them buildings they might build? The common man benefit from any. When they talk about development, the common man, are you benefited from anything? Anything what such man put up? Look at the urban center in St. Thomas. Can you go rent anything in that? Is there anything for you there more than a cleaning job or a clerk, a cashier, or a pack up stuff or wash stuff? What job for the common man there at the urban center? Can you go rent anything in there? Can you, I mean, not even the municipal building, the municipality can rent in there. Can we hear about the price of my charge what parish council or something like that to house them in there? So it's true you say none of this stuff with the bill is not for you. Me say the bill one over Trelawney again, urban center. It is not for you. None of these development is not for you. Such man is destabilizing the country bit by bit. The PNP them know that, you know. But we don't know why they don't come talk and tell me. They can't tell me more, you know. But everybody are going to let them decent, goody two shoe. We're tired of them type of politics in there. I swear to God. Let's get into this. Approximately 20% of the population in Jamaica lives in informal or squatter settlements. Government reports and assessments place the total number of people living without legal land titles or in informal housing between 500,000 and 600,000. I think it probably be more. I think it's probably more. Though some broader estimates range as high as 35%. I more believe 35%. I believe probably 50%. Do you understand me? So other estimates say 35% of Jamaicans are living on squatter settlements. So that will be more than 500 to 600,000, right? So the other estimate said is 35% of Jamaicans living on squatter settlement. Let's read the overview of squatting in Jamaica. Total settlements, over 7, these are the total amount of squatter settlements or informal settlements. Total settlements, over 750 informal communities are tracked across the island. So what we're going to do then? Someone will live right the soon and people just not have no heart. Remember, so we come off of slavery and they never go in the land. You know? So someone will say, boy, no build upon your own land. The easiest said than done because someone will have some dead left land. So they can depend on some dead left land and chat about some other people. And someone depends on squatter land too and a chat. Someone depends on land when they think so they own, but they don't own it. Such man a come feed too. You sort out the paperwork. Did your granny a paper feed to your grandfather? When I've sort out for them land yet, them a come for them the land there. Them a come for them the land there because the land office is a such man office. Nobody go like such man and know what going on at Chilani. The minister, he control the security, he control the land, he control housing. Micromanager know everything what go on. That the large amount of police and all that the movement they were going at Chilani. Remember, such man is over housing, security, and the land. Land, housing, security. Get it in your head. Such man is over land, housing, security. All of those offices in them office. So there's no way he could know what is going on in Chilani. He knows a field land where they're on a paper feet. So man, a big friend, he might kick you off and push you off and say, you're a squat too. No, wait! Remember me telling you now, you're going to see Labor come on social media, come ball, yeah, water, and watch what I go on. Let's continue reading. So total settlements, over 750 informal communities are tracked across the island. Location breakdown. Most settlements are spread across rural parishes, about 62%, and urban centers like Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, about 35%. Main challenges. Many of these areas lack formal infrastructure, clean water and proper sanitation, and significant ocean sit on environmentally sensitive or hazard-prone land. A long time, people need something to live. You work on plantation over the years, slavery end, you have nowhere. So you grab a piece of the sugar land, right? And them same one come take care for the sugar land. Your people may say enough things are going on in Jamaica, and I believe that this is where the civil war are going to start in Jamaica. Because such man is going to break down one man too many house. So it starts, you know. You broke down the wrong man house, and start World War in Jamaica. It happen, you know. You got to touch the wrong community, believe me. And everybody got soft, so like we see Pachulani and just obedient and I look a blue, the blue tent. No people. No. Remember that. Not everybody is going to just sit and just have this tear down. A man head of a chip. And the man head of a chip, I'm not going to live for, nothing else to lose can take away everything from him. I personally don't know how I would react if somebody should mash down my house. Them way there, up on Squatterland. Now we say places down at Trelawney, other places on the beach where they man give the people them notice, them stamp some notice on the building people, they man come for more land, it's not over. They are giving more notices to people to come off a land. Such man, they pan and wipe out across the island. And somehow now laugh, and I say, yeah, to the people, them destruction and the mice. Yeah, and even the youth that were dead, and the only same one that cheer it on, the wiping out of the youth, them, the population of Jamaica. Yeah, the young youth, them. And you can see there's a problem with young men in Jamaica. He show you the other day when them go up Chilani, them take away the men, them go in the house and remove the men. Remove the men, the females are weak. Now you see police are dirty young men. There's a problem with men in Jamaica. Young men is a problem. He show you what you see at Machilani. What did they do? They remove the men. Once you remove the men, you remove the threats. Anybody might be able to stand up. You understand me? So they remove the men and weaken the community. They are removing the men and weakening the country. Wake up, people. Remember me, I showed you these things, you know. Let's talk some more. Squatting in Jamaica is driven by historical landlessness, following emancipation, severe shortages of affordable housing, rural to urban migration, and widespread poverty. There's a root cause, people. So sometimes we are talking, we don't even know where some things are come from, you know, what cause some things. You see where we are come from? I'm going to read that part there again. Squatting in Jamaica is driven by historical landlessness following emancipation, severe shortages of affordable housing, rural to urban migration, and widespread poverty. Now, such man control housing. Such man control housing. The social housing program, you have a duplicate office in them office. Remember, the Ministry of Local Government, that's where you get indigent housing and social housing through. Mackenzie's over that. It is as if such man did not like to see so much money going to Mackenzie and have him hand in it. What such man did, he created another social housing, a new social housing. Remember, there is a social housing program. So such man created a new social housing program. That's what he called it, for real. He add new to it. So he have another social housing program in its office. And he collected most of the money for housing. Most of the money is not going to the local government ministry. It is going in his office. At that time when the Auditor General did the report, such man sat and most of the money did not build a house. He's holding back housing from overhead. He's destabilizing the country and he's putting up on a road. He's not trying to build a house for you. You hear me say a while ago? The man take away the money from local government. The man build another office in them office. Why? Any offices such man have under him is to suppress the country. It is to destabilize the country. It is to cut the country's foot from under it. It's my total belief. Any offices he have. Because I have so many offices under him. I'm see offices come on social media, in the news, so they're understaffed. Or the Prime Minister got control offices under him and them understaffed. Eh? So you understand me? So there's no anything offices see such man have under him. Him have it for mash it up, have it for to make it better. All of them officers him have, and sometimes they piss me for the PNP, them not see, I know them not try to, they're okay with everything, even the ECJ. Everything does under such man, and the PNP not try to wrestle, go to court and see if we can take this office from under, like there's no way out. So there are none of these officers man put under him to make it better. All of them is worse. Add pen, food rotten in a storeroom. The store building, the building where the people are working are full of mold. They might also move from out of the building and go join the people working in the Ministry of Justice building. And that's them gone because Add pen building full of mold and millions in it of food, rotten in it, mold and insects and rodents and all type of thing. Millions of dollars in food. Same thing happened at the port the other day. Melissa victim food and millions of dollars. And I don't believe that. Because I would have to see pictures of the food being dumped. Because too much cold dog going to Jamaica. Man can't, or man no say man no thief, the things that they wharf, and they come tell me say dump because it's spoiled. Tin has spoiled. Hey, that need investigation. Let's continue with the argument here. Let's talk about housing. May I show you such man of a pattern of not giving Jamaica people house. And don't pay attention. All right. Pamela Monroe, they come out and do a report on him. So such man have a duplicate program. Take away the housing from Desmond Mackenzie people and take away most of the money, sit down pan in their back pocket. So, because it seems as if the money when them go in a parliament and talk about how much money is when they do them budget speech, and they hear them talk about millions of dollars allocated for housing, and then pounding this. Yes, that's a trick. No money now going away. They not get no money. People who are not getting the money, they might hold on the money. Recently, a watchdog, an independent watchdog group out of Jamaica, right, found that the government have millions of dollars going back to the consolidated fund, going back to the kitty, millions of dollars that should for the port. Remember them say food rotten in our port, you know. The man could have employ more people at the port, could have pushed out the food for the Melissa victim. Then maybe say people what is in Jamaica is called engineered hardship. When a long time now hear me I use a word engineered hardship. The man destabilize the country people. The man is destabilizing the country. Engineered hardship, man create hardship. So you have almost billions there that could have hired more people at the port, but they did not do that to make the food spoil. You know what? You know what other money? You know what other money went back to the? Do you know what other money went back to? The consolidated fund, money for water, NHT, going back to the coffers. So when they hear them in the parliament and I pound this, and I say, how much billion is the biggest budget in the history? How we gonna do this? How we gonna that? We're gonna build houses. We're gonna this. No, people are lie. Such man is a wicked man. Appear trickery run up on appear gamey run on because so damn stupid. When they believe everything. Me don't know what I'm telling you, people. And you know what again? Can we talking about housing? Don't. Housing we are talking about $19.5 billion went back to the consolidated fund. The last fiscal year, which is March 31st, $19.5 billion went back to the consolidated fund. They couldn't find nobody to put houses over. We couldn't, every Jamaican have a house. So guess what? There's nowhere to spend this $19.5 billion. I remember, when I read the budget in the parliament, you hear them talk about almost billions of dollars we allocate to do what? Build housing. So where the housing money there? I pay chattings and me are showing these things. Say, such man no mean, no good, in wicked and in cruel, you know mean, none of we no good. Whether they are PNP, whether they are labor right, you think you're busy with no labor right, boy? A labor right neighborhood me live in, you know, and then come to the assessment, you know, for my neighbor house, we mash up, you know, right? And my neighbor got Santa Cruz, cause my neighbor no see no move, right? And my neighbor got Santa Cruz and Ministry of Labor and Social Security Office. My neighbor name no depend, no. Documents up there, no. They can't find my neighbor name on no computer, you know. Remember that bridges were labor rights in the community, you know. And that them a ball. So them got Santa Cruz and them name no depend, no list. So the government don't want to help nobody. Why they might take everything? Man, the office can't tell them get their riches. Man, take 300% raise. Man, I take everything and I pressure the road. What are we? And they stabilize we. How much of the future we youth in future? So you have $19.5 billion going back to the consolidated fund, according to the independent watchdog group. You sure say they don't want to help your people. You mean to say some people in Jamaica want home. You go back and mash up people that talk about them as squatters. You have $19.5 billion could have saved enough people. Eh? But you go mash up them house, you sit down on the money. At the time the Auditor General report, the man sit down for most of the money people. Money should have gone on the ministry of Desmond Mackenzie ministry. You like the man hijack the money and build a whole thing in them office. The man call it the new social housing. When you see me walk on and give a one key and I embarrass the people, the man have money where can build housing scheme. The man go there build one house and put it on a page, make it a political thing. I mean, I know all the PNP them not slamming for it. I say sometimes that's why I mean the PNP them are always in the hot waters, you know. All these things the PNP must come out. Let the man know so it is embarrassing to give anybody no key. When people are getting from government up at them a place, people up on social housing up at you know, Section 8, right? I've never seen a politician that give nobody no key up here. That would be embarrassing to anybody. You hear them, and I hear them on social media, things that is going to be up there forever. The little kids where I show up on camera, Prime Minister want there's a photo put on a page to get a political mind out of it. Yeah, you're embarrassing because you go to school and can tease him and say a government build a house. Yeah, the youth small now when the youth turn big man or big woman, you don't know what the kid's going to be. Nobody want to be reminded about that type of past of them life that everywhere them are see on the internet same way as a local youth when they couldn't do no better. It's embarrassing that the Prime Minister is using the housing program for political mileage, and I believe he's using it for political mileage when a taxpayer's money. I believe this is not your money where you take out of your pocket where you could have done something like that, right? And beat your chest. It is taxpayers' money. You have PNP, Labour right, and majority of the country who don't vote for PNP are Labour right, which is 61%, right? Them have money in it too. So when you use taxpayers' money, man, you can't go there and look political mile of it and embarrass the people at it. So during that time when the Auditor General did a report, such man come out after the Auditor General. It was laughable. It was a laughing matter, people, when such man, what such man said. Right?
Notion
listen.
that somehow
the
public interest is being defeated by there being multiple windows is absolute nonsense.
You call it multiple windows. So you can get social housing. Look at the Ministry of Local Government with Desmond McKenzie. And another window, you can get house swap. So everybody, if you have multiple windows to get housing, and that him I say at the time when the Auditor General draw down upon him and said this is duplicate. And it wastes time. Because what Auditor General said, whole money have to be spent to get more staff. The Ministry of Local Government have a staff, have an office for this. Such man have to take one of them office and take most of the money from Desmond McKenzie. They take more of the money. If you build a house over on the head and sit down upon it, you think I know me, I do video upon them and I show no. And the Auditor General, one of the things Auditor General said, brother, this is worse. Ineffective because you ever get more staff. You may say people, Desmond McKenzie have a staff, social housing have one staff already. You create another new social housing program with another staff. What I say people about such man? They man just waste money. They man just create office in friend them and this and that. Just waste money. Be a waste man waste money in Jamaica. The poor must come up. The man that destabilize the country. I tell you already. Look at the people who raise the man give him friend them. Himself and him friend them and everybody. Judge and everybody. We not ask him for no pay raise. They man like him and just take Jamaica money and just dash away. Give everybody. And the poor are suffer him and stop squeeze your neck. The man that destabilize Jamaica. We don't keep talking about politics here. So let's read this. Because God knows sometimes I like hear Andrew's voice. Hurt me if they've been listening to him for too much. So, Prime Minister Andrew Willis is questioning the motives behind the Auditor General finding. You remember when the Auditor General flagged him? He must say a political thing. Remember him just award the Auditor General did that, you know. Yeah, man, she get a national award and I question and say, why this a woman that we always, you know, have him out there get national award? Me, I wonder if him thinks they might give her a national award, so she stopped doing her work. Remember, they do a video. So the Auditor General not stop find dirt, because there's dirt everywhere. So the national award the Auditor General get, me say me I watch her out of my corner eye. Trust me. So Andrew is questioning the motive behind an Auditor General finding that his flagship housing program for poor Jamaicans is offering duplicated service. He has rejected the finding. He rejects everything. Remember, say Andrew Honest is a liar, you know. He's a known liar. Yes, Andrew Honest is a known liar. No alleged. He's a liar. Can be proven everywhere. It's a lie. All right. He has rejected the finding about the new, listen, remember you have a social housing program already, you know? So Andrew create a new social housing program and it's what people in Scotland will tear down. He has rejected the finding about the new social housing program. That's what Andrew would say. There is a saying by a wise philosopher, never put down to malice what could be put down to ignorance and incompetence. I don't know why this finding would be levied, he said on Friday. I was a year, you know, because I remember I said I was disrespecting Pamela Monroe Ellis at that time, you know, act as if she's stupid and she don't have no sense and it's just political and blah, 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 blah. When the woman finds him of a second social housing program, sit over put housing over Jamaican's head, such man got take most of the money from Desmond McKenzie and have a new social housing program in an office and sit up on most of the money and not build no house. Just come out with the one house and fool the people them. Fool or no, one house, man, that money could have been a house and scheme people. The new social housing program, we already have a social housing program and housing for the indigent. That is for the Ministry of Local Government. Some don't know what I go on between them and Mackenzie. What kind of scheme them have a go on? Me don't know. But him managed to build one in them office and call it the new social housing program. So Desmond Mackenzie look like he now build house again. So Andrew honestly like him I work the new social housing program. Because how to build out of the social housing program, they ain't no fanfare and then they get a political mileage off of it. Some of them come with the balloon and all this nonsense and the cameraman embarrassing look you them to get a house. I don't see it a foreign when people get Section 8. Nobody's around. No politician will look political mileage out of it. Because that is taxpayers' money. So this is January 14, 2025 from the book of the Gleaner. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation has not been able to provide information on its expenditure of $33 million under a housing program for poor persons between 2018 and 2022. Hold on, I want to understand that they don't want to build no house for poor people. You know? People, they want to destabilize the country. Many times we do these videos, you know. You hear me say a while ago? Me are showing how the money we put house on your head. There's no urgency, but we mash up your house. There's money there to build a house for you, know. But the money gone back to the 19.5 billion, gone back to the coffers. It's like they couldn't see nobody in Jamaica to help. It's not like they don't see nobody could have helped and build house for. They do not want to do it. But they were going to Parliament and fool you. When I read the budget, millions or billions allocated for this and that, then you hear them a pound desk. Then the Jamaican people are so stupid. They believe it all over again. Every budget cycle is the same thing. Huh? My God. Let's read this again. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation has not been able to provide information on its expenditure of $33 million under a housing program for poor persons between 2018 and 2022. They don't know the money gone. Money if you buy build house for you. So somebody have cut off the people and foot from under them. Then such man gone NHT again. Gonna take out how much $11.4 billion every year. So money of the house for you again. You must get in the house, man. You must get in the house. Then people must squat. When I just read for you the reason and the purpose behind squatting. When I read, I'm going to tell you the purpose behind squatting. There's a reason for it. Poor people are coming off of the plantation. You need somewhere to stay. You don't have no money to buy land. You're coming off a plantation, off of slavery. But at the same time, the system was set up for housing over your head. You own a black man and make sure it don't happen. It's like somebody bore the bottom of the bucket where the water catch and leak out every water out of it to make sure you stay thirsty. See again, I'm reading up. 33 million under the housing program for poor persons between 2018 and 2022. An Auditor General's Department investigation has found the integrity of the program was undermined by these transparency and accountability differences. The Auditor General's Department said in a report on a performance audit, Jamaica social welfare program for poor people. So nothing for poor people must have come up under this government, people. Can't you see, people? It's not like the money that they help you. Can't you see them deliberately undermine poor people in Jamaica? Deliberately, the money is there. They rather waste it. They come up and I tell you already. Their money to fix the hospital, improve it. They rather waste it on useless paper money. Paper money, you know. Plastic money, rather. There was nobody in Jamaica, because they are going against our interests. There was nobody in Jamaica who are boss said they don't want paper money and paper money is a problem. None of us. Ain't nobody in Jamaica talking about we need digital registration. Drivers, right? Nobody, that is no problem of us. But it's all of this is hustling. Somebody will hustle the digital registration. That's my belief. Some friend think that have billions of dollars again in it. Think that's a school bus. Who asked them about digital driver's license, a registration? Anybody know kitchen table, dinner table, rum bar? You ever hear no Jamaica even have that thought about why they not come with digital registration? It'd be better for Jamaicans, you know. Anybody. It's not just so, it's money behind it, people. Somebody make money. They are doing stuff against your will. What about the plastic money? You ever hear one Jamaican say, man, we need to get plastic money because them paper money are tear up, and them are wet up in my pocket. You ever hear one Jamaica at the dinner table, at the rum bar, market, anyway. You ever hear Jamaica concerned about changing the currency, the material we use to make it? Anybody here? Because somebody, everything when I'm at Jamaica, somebody if you my food, even when they do not think about it, they rather waste money over there so the money could have improved with life. People, you so much people in Scotland and Jamaica, more than 20 up to 20 to 35%. But I believe it's more than even 35% of Jamaica. So what Andrew is going to do, change up everything. Cheer off your wall house and live on it. People, yo, in a normal, people, a serious time we're living in. We are living in a serious time. Very serious time. What I say? Very serious time, people. You see Andrew Willis come out and a whole bunch of talking. The people might feel it, the people might feel it, the people might feel it. Over 20 to 35% of Jamaicans living in squatters' land. Garrison as squatters' land, people. Because both PNP and Labour right use the people them over the years, right, to get vote from them by promising them to formalize the land them live, to regularize them. You understand me? So they live on informal settlement. So more you understand that. So let me read something for you. Auditor General Pamela, this is Google, according to Google. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis flagged Jamaica's new social housing program, NSHP, and other social, listen to this, you know, and other social initiatives for overlapping functions, because you have a social housing program in a Mackenzie ministry, local government, and they say you get social housing out of an indigent housing, not the premises office. So premises got create one in them office like I explained earlier, right? So Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis flagged Jamaica's new social housing program and other social initiative, not just housing alone, because Andrew got create some other thing in them office. Listen to this. For overlapping functions and duplicated resources. Duplicated resources. So split the resources when we go to the Ministry of Local Government to help the people. Them. Andrew will take the resources in them office and lock it down, it seems. He said, them and destabilize the country and suffer the people. Them. Take away the money from them and their housing, give himself raise, can't tell them get rich. Why? No one. The man go hard. And other social initiatives for overlapping functions and duplicated resource distribution, while separate unspent social aid funds such as hundreds of millions in separate solidarity program face return for debt reduction. I want to hear Wagwan, they might sit down for money. If you help them. Not just housing alone. Social services. If you help mothers and the poor, the indigent. A local government ministry do that. But such man look like he want to lock off the help I go to the people because he hate poor people so much. He take away that and lock off that. When do the money there? And someone uno, I get up every day and a ball for this man and I'm a shot. Boy, Jamaicans, we are going back on the plantation. So the Auditor General tell you these things. So cut off. So Auditor General Monroe Ellis flagged Pamela Monroe Ellis flagged Jamaica's new social housing program and other social initiatives for overlapping functions and duplicated resources distribution, while separate unspent social aid funds while separate and spent social aid money, such as hundreds of millions of dollars in the separate solidarity program, face return for debt reduction. Prime Minister Andrew Ones strongly rejected the claims of inefficiency or corruption in the housing scheme. Duplication flag. The Auditor General's performance report pointed out to the multiple social programs, including National NSHP, New Social Housing Program, managed via the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, under Andrew Ones again. Poor relief and municipal assistance. Poor relief, you know. The man take with that and sit down for the money. Me say, this your money as... We don't talk to you, man. We don't talk to you until they say wicked and not give a damn about no labor right. If you think you give a damn about no, stay there. We're not going to learn, man. It's about wicked. Yo. Wow. Municipal assistance. Listen to the money what the man take away from Desmond Mackenzie ministry. Listen. Social housing. So it managed under the economic growth and job creation and him over it. Poor relief money. Him take with that and have in an office. Municipal assistance. Him sit up on that. Shared similar objectives and overlapping function with minimal coordination. So, the municipal assistance, we have that already, right? Based on my reader, so we have that already to take care of that. So they share the same objectives and overlapping function with the minimal coordination. And spent funds disclosures and spent money. Separate public expenditure reviews like those concerning the government's vulnerable aid and solidarity initiatives highlighted substantial unallocated or unused balances returned at the end of fiscal periods, triggering parliamentary scrutiny. Over here, Wagwan, the man take away the money from Desmond Mackenzie, create an office in them office and sit down upon the money and send it back to the government. Remember me just tell you about the oversight watchdog group. Independent, we find out say $19.5 billion of unspent money went back in a March this year. Look what people in Jamaica need house. Look what people themselves live on informal settlement a squat. You mash down their house, but the money to build housing for them, you give it back to the government. Though you were telling them in a parliament, billions of dollars in your budget speech is coming for them. It means nothing, is all lies and cons and trick. See me I read the phone here, you know. See me I read this again, you know. And that is from the independent watchdog group. Let's tell me what happened in the last fiscal year, right? So this is recent report. That was recent report, you know. The independent, the 19.5 billion, you know. This is from 2015, you know. Pamela Monroe Ellis are telling me the same thing. Miss Ellis are telling me the same thing. So, disclosures. Separate public. Let me read good, man. For no. About it. Unspent funds. Disclosures. Separate public expenditure reviews, like those concerning the government's vulnerable aid and solidarity initiatives, highlighted substantial unallocated money. Allocate. You just have money and there's no plan for it. You just dedicate, there's no plan to help the people them. When have mash down their house, call them squatters, and the money where they help them, you send it back to the government. So unallocated or unused balances return at the end of fiscal year periods. Remember the watchdog group of those, the $19.5 billion when them just flagged the other day. Like me, I tried to tell you the law, just March the other day, 19. So see, Auditor General tell you this is from 2015 last year. So you're from two different sources, don't it? You're from Auditor General, then you also hear from the independent group who's talking about the $19.5 billion for bill house for you. Pay tricks and cons. Auditor General flag it. Substantial allocated money, not allocated R and use balance, and allocated R and use balances returned at the end of the fiscal year periods, triggering parliamentary scrutiny from the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee. Where the money they gone, people? The man they wicked. The man they wicked. And all through this report, the PNP, you know, quiet. Yes, people, they're quiet. Auditor General could have do reporting, they can't do report no more, man. And give the PNP the liquor. Give them 2x4, give them ammunition. It's dead. But give this same report to the labor right them against the PNP and see what the labor right them do with it. It's sickening. Here the government response. Rejection by Prime Minister. Prime Minister Andrew Onis dismissed the Auditor General's conclusions regarding overlapping housing efforts as baseless and unfair, stating that citizens seeking multiple avenues of state aid reflect deep, multidimensional need rather than systemic waste. I want to listen, you know. This is laughable what the Prime Minister say. Him having a social housing program in his office, Desmond McKenzie have one in the office that is supposed to be really over social housing. And the Auditor General tell about his duplicate program. He said nothing to see here. It's for people seeking. This is multiple avenues of state aid. So if you have multiple avenues, where you can get a house? Every Jamaican is supposed to have a house, right? You see what I want, people? You see what I want? Wow. So administration officials maintain that the office of the Prime Minister operates the new social housing program under strict regulatory compliance, rigorous beneficiary vetting, and transparent social investigations to assist vulnerable population. Want to believe that? Let's talk about housing and land. Now, under previous government, there's a thing called indigent housing. Remember, out of the Ministry of Local Government, you get the way of social housing for the indigent, for the pauper, indigent a pauper. Did you know that to be qualified to get a pauper house, you have to have land? Part of the qualification, you have to get land. You have to have land. I did video on it. And Desmond McKenzie come out and say, Lion Andrew Onis come out and say, the government don't own social housing. The lies they tell you, I am not the like. Election gone, I'm going to tell you the misinformation and I misdirect your thoughts. You hear me say? All right. So you have to have land to be qualified for a poor house, pauper house. Now imagine you are put land and indigent in the same line, land ownership. Think about it. Indigent are poor and poor people. For owner, indigent are poor people, pauper, right? So you have to have land to be qualified. So while I'm reading for you, just ask Google if land ownership is part of the qualification to get an indigent house in Jamaica, because Desmond McKenzie came out and said we were lying right at the election, and we do many videos on it, where if you die, if them build a piece of a little indigent housing on the land in Jamaica for the pauper, remember the land is qualification. This is a house, and let me tell you the difference between them. Let me give a physical description so you can differentiate between the housing waste them and give out. Social housing is a house where you see them and give out with no furniture in them. Whenever you see furniture in the house, that's for poor people, the pauper. Those are indigent housing. I repeat, indigent housing, housing for the pauper, have furniture in it. Social housing no have no furniture in it. See Google right here in my hand. So me ask Google, is land part of the qualification to get housing as a pauper? A pauper. Me say they don't want to help the people, man. A pauper have to have land in Jamaica to get land, to get a house over your head. So it seems as if them target the older people, them, so when them dead, them take them land because you cannot. Imagine you have land and the government put you a house over your head and you cannot hand over the land to your family members, your kids, your grandkids. Government take the land and give it to somebody else who them think is qualified. See Google right there so you can research it too. I'm going to build a story on this platform. Anything me attack, you can go read it. Me just ask why me attack to you, right? Me ask if land is part of the qualification. Land ownership is part of the qualification for indigent housing in Jamaica. This is what Google tell me. I'm going to do this research on this already. I read it before. So it's a refreshing on the brain, right? Yes, land is a factor. But having your own land is not strictly mandatory. This is brand new. People are brand new because the code pan. Remember, you know, land is a factor, but having your own land is not strictly mandatory. This is new information, not mandatory. It was, yes, you have to have land. We do videos on it before, but you don't get by the housing. All right. Let's read a little bit more. Indigent housing program. Applicants must either demonstrate ownership of the property where the house will be built or provide valid proof that they are lawfully allowed tenure on the property, such as verified permission to use family land or a long-term lease. Qualification details. Registered poor status. The primary requirement is that the recipient must be legally registered as poor through the Municipal Poor Relief Department. Where is that? It's not under the Ministry of Local Government. So what the Prime Minister have that in them office? Have any social housing? You understand the people? So you're not serving the people right? Land tenure requirement. Applicants must own the land, have legitimate permission to occupy, build on the site, or in some instances have units placed on the designated government or municipal lands on a field. Assessment. The local poor relief department conducts field investigation to verify both the extreme vulnerability of the applicant's living conditions and the legitimacy of the land space available for construction. You understand me? So even after them build the housing, from what I read, them keep coming back to check the furniture in the house to make sure they're all right. Because see when they did, them hand it over to someone else. You understand me? You understand me? I say people, I may do video on it and I say a lie and I hear Andrew when I say the social housing, the government don't take back the social housing, but the social, it's so confuse the people. We weren't talking about the social housing, we're talking about indigent housing. You own the social housing, they don't take it back. But indigent, you lose it. So the pauper be the poor, the people who can't read and write, and you take with them goddamn house. You understand me? So them come out and fool the people. Them. So Andrew come out and say, a lie, we're not taking back the social housing, but we talk about the indigent housing. The people need to understand. You understand me? So, all right. Let me ask another question. They want people to get house in Jamaica or not? No, man. You see man, I destabilize the country, man. No, man. Think about it. Does look good. So, let me read about indigent housing. So, me ask Google again, can indigent housing? Remember, I do research on all of these, come and do numerous video on them already, so I know these stuff. But my life, refresh my own memory and yours also. So I ask Google just now, can indigent housing be passed down to the next generation. Remember Desmond Mackenzie in the election, say a lie, you know, people. No, election is over now. This is the reality. It has been that way before. Yeah. Indigent or public housing cannot be inherited or as private property or wealth because the tenant does not own the real estate. So check this out. Indigent housing cannot be inherited or private as private property or wealth because the tenant does not own the real estate. So when they accept, you know, the other day, a sister over here called me and said she have an uncle in Jamaica who is going to get a house. Because she know me do these videos. I did several times. And because I break this news several times. And she tell me, say her uncle, and she asked a question about it. I tell her, I said, indigent housing, they're going to take the land from him. He's not going to inherit the land. And so she said, boy, me I ask, did them start building the house already? I tell her how it go. Because she don't know, you know. There's no difference between social housing or indigent housing. So I shown it as Jamaica. So when they come and build the indigent house, so the poor people, the pauper, they might take away your land. So it seems as if once they build it on you, like the people have you signed something? Have you signed something where the poor people, remember the poor people, you're poor, indigent, most of these people can't read to enough people. So they give out a document for sign and put it on camera around on table, the Prime Minister. Yes, my Prime Minister, thank God. You make me live in a good house, you know, long may they have my house mash up and this and that. And the people think that the Prime Minister be the best for them. I want to look for a house for your whole heap of land. Gone. You can't hand it down to your picnic. Look here. May I read the phone, you know? And the first man of the video, you know, election gone now. So I hope I think clear. One sister just called me did from over here. And she tell me about her uncle. Right? Them say I get indigent house. And she asked me about it and I tell her the same thing. So once an indigent house, they might take it away from you. I can't, a long time I do research for it. There's my Mackenzie come out and say a lie. Let's read a little bit more on it. Indigent are public housing. So once you get a house for your land, it's called public housing now. So once you give an indigent house for your land, now it's not in the public housing side. So you can't own it no more. So is it why them say, yo, when you die, then you cannot hand it over to your family, then give it to somebody who is more qualified? All right. So indigent or public housing cannot be inherited as private property or your own property, you know. We could have said for like a, what do you call them again? A project. Like a project, you know, government build project, you can't own a room in a project. You can't own an apartment. You live in a project until you can do better. You come out of a project, you buy your own house. Or some people tired for living there and they go rent something else elsewhere. So you leave that apartment for the next poor man to go in. So I could have seen that because you don't own project. When you live in a government, you know, subsidized home, you don't own it. You stay there until you can do better. You go buy your own home. You raise out your pity them, then go to college, them lift you up out of them type of life there. And then you have your house, nice house, and you come out there and leave government housing. It's called government housing for somebody else. So my question is, because remember, things change daily. While we're talking about this, they keep changing stuff, and it's a different result. So my thing is, once you start building a house per land, it is now considered public housing. Is it why Mackenzie said, when you die, the land go to somebody else? Let's get this going. No. No, but look here. No, listen. This story is real. This story is real. Google is off on many things and not giving it the real truth. You have to check that out. But what me tell you is real. Did you know that the opposition that I think the opposition of housing, Miss Nita Garvey came out on this already. She came out and said what Mackenzie said, what me reading here is legally wrong. What me read here right now, Mackenzie is saying it. Can you come say there are videos out there? When you die, the house cannot be handed over to nobody else. You go back to somebody else. You hand it over back to the crown, the state, and they've given it to somebody who is qualified. Miss Nita Garvey at the time came out and said what Mr. Mackenzie said. what me I read for you right now, so you don't own it, was legally wrong. And I did numerous videos about Miss Garvey, even most recently, about the same thing. Miss Garvey came out and said what Mr. Mackenzie was saying was legally wrong. So basically, it was illegal to take away the people and land. That's my takeaway from that, what Miss Garvey and the PNP was saying. It was illegal to take away people land due to indigent housing, because I used to live in an indigent house. The first house me ever rent, a poor relief house. One lady named Miss Clover. When me say me a ton man and me left out of my mother's house, I went and rent this lady house. I think we start at $25 a month, me and my girlfriend. Come on, do in my own place. No man, me say me a ton. Oh, you mean I say you grow? Don't pay me own rent. So the house was one room, wall house, well built, believe me. The toilet nice, well zinc round and concrete. A flush toilet that me, based on where me I come. I want you understand, you know. The house was properly made, you know. A nice house that to me to where me I come from. So the toilet was well built, pit toilet, you know. It was that flush toilet to me, but at $25 me I pay me. A man me I told me I live in a better life. But hey, Miss Clover owned the land. They never take it in them time there. So this, what Miss Garvey was saying, was that what Desmond Mac, if I saw me, my Andrew cook up and I do it. So Miss Garvey come out and say, what Desmond Mackenzie was saying was legally wrong, that they take a people land to build a house on it. But my thing, I'm going to come brush Miss Garvey a couple times about, did Miss Garvey come my question, you know, because it sound like Mr. Mackenzie did it before, you know. Take the people land, you know. Indigent housing gone under him and Andrew, you know. So me ask, did the PNP, Miss Garvey, get on the ground and do research and see what kind of documents these people are signing them land over, how they must sign over them land to the government? What kind of document they must sign? That's where you have the opposition. Because if Miss Garvey say it was legally wrong, and the first me I do videos on these, you know, even most recently me ask the same question. If since Miss Garvey say it was legally wrong, did the PNP get on the ground and do any investigation and find out how many Jamaicans land get taken away illegally already? She said it was legally wrong. So that means if it's legally wrong, it means illegal. Don't. Legally wrong the same as illegal, people. Yes. Legally wrong is illegal. So me ask the PNP them, and me ask Miss Garvey, that's what I say. People just did a day, me ask the same question, you know. Because these kind of things don't left my brain. Me think about them night and day, how them still took the people house from under them. And I want. So you left the whole generation of me. Me am an old man, me indigent, me a papa. You come build pan my land and me a great-grand-pickney. Me no matter what them there, but one day they might all want to come home, come build sitting pan my land. You go take away and leave them homeless. And then when you go squat, you go tear down their place. And what if I understand that this government really are destabilize the country and do not want the people to get housing? It's like a jungle where I go back, go live under a banana tree. Remember these things. I mean, ask why the PNP no go out there and do this work. That's what I talk about, the laziness in the PNP up to the election time. You think if the PNP them go out there, people, and do a research and come back with a report, and how many Jamaicans the government illegally take them land, and the guys have building a papa house for them. Can you imagine if the government, if the PNP go do a research like that and come back with a report and show it? Can you imagine the type of damage that would do to the Labour Party? But the PNP look like they don't want to go hustle and bring back these bag of dirt. And that's what you call it, you bring back dirt. But it's not really dirt, it's transparency. Because Desmond Mackenzie said, when you die, them take the house. So we as Jamaica want to know how much Jamaicans already lose them land under this illegality. When Miss Garvey was talking about, did the PNP them go out, go look for the poor people them, and make sure so them still have roof over them head and have them land for the generation, or the PNP just left it right there so anything Andrew Onis want to do, him and Mackenzie them do it. Remember me do these videos already. And then the first me there, so anybody want to debunk the video me I do and say, I have some of the legal knowledge. Come on, man. Common sense me I talk about. Use your common sense. use our common sense. It's not the first me approach these videos. It's not the first time. Okay? It's not the first me research. Research from all different angles. Video already. So Google now misinform me. So check it out now. But them change it now. People say change up everything change up, because the last time I do research on it, it was different, Here with them gone with it now. Cause at first, it go back to the state. Right? The state take it back and give to somebody who qualify if you're dead. Right? So now here with them gone with it. So no, you cannot inherit public housing because it's private, as private are wealth, because the tenant does not own the real estate. However, qualified family members who already live in the home can sometimes claim succession rights to take over the subsidized lease after the original tenant dies or leaves. So now you're on lease. So let's read a little bit more. So we're talking about indigent housing. People, me say, they don't ever get house, man. I tell you, the man have the money and sit down on it rotted, send it back to the coffers. Like they couldn't find no Jamaican to build a house. But yet they might come back in a parliament and tell you how many. So let me read a little bit more. No subsidized or low-income indigent housing, get a little bit clearer, such as public housing or government-backed vouchers, cannot be passed down as an inherited property or asset to the next generation. Why subsidized housing cannot be inherited? Assistance is tied to need, not ownership. Programs like Housing Choice Vouchers, Section 8R, what are they? Let me make Jamaica for real. Let me put in Jamaica because you have to tailor your search. All right. This is a little more clarity. Whether government-supported or indigent housing can be passed down in Jamaica depends entirely on the specific program. Remember me tell you, say, one is social housing when they have the furniture. I'm tell you, say, one is indigent housing when they put furniture in it. Check this out. So Taurus King 31 said the indigent housing program is a scam to thief people land in Jamaica. And you know, I believe that too. I believe that. So whether government supported or indigent housing can be passed down in Jamaica depends entirely on the specific program. Homes built under the new social housing program under Andrew Unes' office are full private property that families can pass down, while traditional indigent housing program units built for registered poor may revert to the state or municipal corporation. So what did I read earlier at America? You hear me say, people? We get it clear now. You have to tailor my search. So right there, indigent housing units built for registered poor may revert to the state or municipal corporation. You take with your land. Poor people. So you talk about you want to build a house for a pauper, but the pauper have to have land. New social housing program. Full ownership houses built and handed over via the NSHP convey complete property rights to the beneficiary provided they legally own or hold tenure rights of the land. Integrational transfer. Because these units become part of the owner's formal private estate, they can be passed down to the children or legal heirs to help break the cycle of poverty. That sounds good. And listen why they transfer, because these units can be become part of the owner's farm or private estate. Traditional indigent housing programs, state municipal control. Units provided through municipal poor relief under traditional indigent care are meant as life support for registered vulnerable individuals. Reversion rules. They revise it. Officials have maintained that certain indigent housing arrangements, particularly those on specific public or vested pauper lands, can revert to the municipal corporation upon the recipient's passing, so the structure can aid another. Them changing people. You see me read already? All right. So land can revert to municipal corporation upon passing down to the ear. Me understand, if it's upon government land. So if upon public or vested pauper lands can revert to the municipal corporation upon the recipient's passing, to the structure can aid another destitute person. However, if built on private family land owned outright by the recipient, the underlying property laws dictate regular statutes, rules. Them change it, people. Remember me that telling me the panic. Remember the PNP come out and say it was legally wrong. If you are dealing with a specific property, people have to do research, because as they get burn out, they might change stuff. You hear? That's why I said we want to know how many people in Jamaica already lose them house under this same stuff for Miss Garvey was saying, that Miss Nita Garvey was saying was legally wrong, was illegal. So how many Jamaicans illegally lose them land already? And just walk, if I'm just walk where now challenge the government sell it to them friend. And because I believe if this is how you guys gonna do it, where your land is gonna be a part of the qualification to get indigent housing, you guys just gonna pick a chosen few Jamaicans because of the location of the land and maybe the development that is going on in the area. So they're going in the guise of helping the poor man well at the land him really want. And we're going to target the old people that have a few months left on earth. And just come build a piece of whack button pan it and call it a house. Put the furniture, fool the people them. And when they're dead, we're going to take millions of dollars worth of land for themselves and hand it over to other people. We don't be kidding. We don't be kidding. So these are stuff we need to look at, because them change it as they go and they make up stuff, people. As they get burn out, them come out and they tweak some stuff. But we need to find out how many Jamaicans already lose them house. We need clarity in this. Because qualification to get poor house, you are pauper. Pauper and land ownership don't come in the same line. How to create a pauper and land rights? A pauper is a pauper, find land and build a house and put him on. Or her. That's how pauper thing go. You know, walk around Jamaica, fly around Jamaica with binocular microscope and look for a pauper with the right piece of land where you plan to help. Come on, man. Think we're stupid around here? So it seems as if they don't want to help people land. So I already tell you how many people in Jamaica living on squatter land in Jamaica. There's a lot of people squatting. It's from 20% to 35% of Jamaicans who are living in an informal settlement or squatter community. You hear me say, guys? You hear me say? There are over 20 to 35% of Jamaicans living an informal settlement. And them use politics. Politicians, them use them, the promises of land ownership so the people can continue to vote for them. Yeah? So it's political tribalism, you know, because many of these communities originated from or included squatter lands tied to intense political tribalism, where allegiance to either the Jamaica Labour Party or the People's National Party is deeply entrenched. Notable communities and political alignments. Tivoli Gardens, land type historically evolved from Bakawa squatter settlement area, which was cleared and redeveloped into a hardcore political enclave. Partly supported Jamaica Labour Party, famously aligned with Edward Siaga, McIntyre Villa, Rise Life, 89 Kingston, land type, inner city informal, low-income housing development and adjacent settlement zones associated with partisan mobilization. Party supported People's National Party, the PNP, Denham Town, Kingston, land type, old working class urban community featuring high density and historically informal zones adjacent to West Kingston. That about squatters there everywhere. Partly supported Jamaica Labour Party, flankers, Montego Bay, St. James, land type, massive informal squatter and shanty town settlement that grew rapidly outside formal municipal planning. Party supported, historically contested but heavily linked with strong localized political patronage networks connected to the People's National Party and subsequent regularization efforts by the JLP, Salt Spring and Pitford, Montego Bay, St. James, land type, expansive hillside and informal squatter. Them are you hear them talk about hillside? You see it? Now, there is a yellow ocean. Yo, do you know where I come from? Do you know where I go to Jamaica? I'm going to go to Glendevon way there. For Norwood. We go for Norwood. When I come off, yeah, I drive, go for Norwood. And I look on the house, some of the people, Scotland, you know, people have some nice wall house, you know. They say the view people. I look at the airport. You think such man love that? Eh? Squatter land. You see mash up wall house the other day? Me say, where do the 35% that Jamaica only pass squatter land? You have to go fix them up, man. Give them the title to the land, man. I hear them vote for PNP and Labour. I pay promise. I pay them tell Jamaica like a what? People can come down full of people and live on squatter land title, you know. Every now and then they come out and say, oh, we give a few people title. There are hundreds of thousands of people. Look here, man. Let's get to Salt Spring and Pitford, Montego Bay, St. James. Land type, expansive hillside and informal squatter settlements originating from captured or informally divided lands. Party supported, traditionally split and contested with strong historical roots in PNP mobilization, balanced by modern JLP state titling interventions. So you see what I say? Between the PNP and the Labour right, a back and forth with the people and people. A back and say between PNP and the Labour right, it is a back and forth with Jamaican people. I swear to God. Oh God, man. So you know, see, so what am I doing with all these people who are living in squatter land? Tell me what am I doing with them? Tell me. So let me see again, we're going to show in the shot the cause of squatting. So when you look upon people that is living certain life, not because your life is a little bit better than them. Because someone is just one paycheck away from being a goddamn squatter. So someone that come on social media run off for the goddamn mouth like you're better than the next man who has squat. When many of us is just one paycheck away from becoming a squatter or homeless or sleeping in a car. If you know somebody, story man, squatting often called capturing land in Jamaica is driven by severe shortages of affordable housing, persistent poverty, and rural to urban migration. Successive governments have failed to keep pace with housing demands, leaving low-income citizens with few options outside of informal settlement. Not because you're in your glory now, remember the poor man's story. He's up on the neck for the poor. There's a reason why. So you see, they now have the housing for poor people, low income housing. Now you have PNP and Labour who are building apartment complex. Politician. And none of them now build nothing for the low income people. That's what I tell you, say, them a scraper. You have PNP a build apartment complex and Labour a build apartment complex. Tell me which one of them a build apartment complex for low income. More want to come to my show and highlight them. More want to applaud them on this show. Which one politician who have built apartment complex have built anything for the people who vote for them? PNP and Labour have built apartment complex, you know. Let's talk about the love and the compassion and empathy. What they go like say them have, I want for sure. Chatting is different from doing. Uno give them the power, resources, and the energy. They can build apartment complexes. All the riches too, enough of them get from Uno. PNP and Labour is building apartment complexes throughout Jamaica. Which one of them is building, if I have one complex for the low income people? Tell me again. They might build for foreigners. They're not building for you. When they finish building, they might raise up the cost around here. You cannot rent close by them. Bring up the price of housing. That's why these guys not going to better NHT, because the politicians who are over NHT, they mean to housing. So if they lower the cost for NHT, it will be bad for the personal business. Politics is profiting the people. For enough of them, they don't care. I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to ask them. When the PNP come on and say, oh God, them shouldn't do this, them shouldn't do that, are you labor right? Oh God, they are cruel. Here's a piece of tent, here's a little bag of food. Oh God, why they so wicked and this a humanitarian crisis. Mr. Prime Minister and his wife a bill. Mark Gold in a bill. All kind of politicians a bill. Ask Mark Gold and Andrew Ones who a bill. If none of them compound with them a bill, and them have a few units in there just for the low income people. Words must mean something, people. Coming around here like them have a bag of empathy for the people. What me say again? And I hope they feel embarrassed when they hear this video. Mark Gold in a bill. Andrew Ones a bill. We never talk about Juliet or the rest of PNP them. So we could talk about the two leaders them. What makes sense right now, that the scheme of things. Andrew Ones come out and talk, say it's a humanitarian crisis. Nah. Mark Gold not come out and say very. But Mark Gold not bill. Andrew Ones a bill. In anyone under construction, are you guys have the poor people in mind? Any for the low income people we have vote for Uno. The people are put in that power. The people who say no love and don't want to change them life. What do you not bill? Una bill for the poor or not bill for the rich? Talk to me. We come out and we say we are PNP, we come out and we say we are labor right. But when a tough question is asked, we can't get no answer, you know. And the question asked of both parties. Mark Gold not build people through proof. Massive structures. Yeah, man build big, man build big, man big builder people. Through company, proof, yeah. Such man too. But these guys, are they building anything? People look for the good. They've been in a country and poor people them serve, but none of them build. Never have the poor man in mind say, boy, I'm going to buy this acre of land and I'm going to build 100 units for the low income people. If I have 100 people, I can help. People may have money, and that me do, you know. If me ever like them might go for Airbnb and for the rich people. Your poor people cannot buy. You cannot even buy nothing close to where these guys build. You can't even live close there. You can't buy nothing close to where them man are building. So you have politicians out there who are building against their own poor people when they want to vote for me in Jamaica. Me ask Mark Gold, they say them love the poor. And they say Mark Gold love poor people. Me ask Andrew Ones, Labour today say the same thing. Say Andrew Ones love the poor and him hate poverty. Right? These men are built like hell, right? More if you know which one of them compound or property have poor people thought on it. think about what I say. Which one of these guys, someone no quiet in the comment section now answer, because someone not labor and PNP and don't feel bad and say, right, you know, so two colors at that, but look good. Imagine a server country, poor people put in an office. You come around on the zinc fence, when you go into the gully bank, you see them on the capture land. When you keep them on the capture land with a promise of regularization, one day may make you get the license for the land. The rent and the title. PNP left on the labor right come and court, you know. Right? They might do a little bit thing different, might give a few man title upon the land because PNP have promised all this time. And labor and PNP been playing the people forever. For decades, so have no actual land there. And what about to happen to many of these property in Jamaica? Because one politician come in and say, Bill man, you're good for settle here, stay here. Nobody can move you. I'm going to regularize you. Vote for me. And all them are doing for vote. They don't care about you. You want to know how they don't care about you poor people? Ask the leader of the opposition and the leader of the country if any of the units of them are building, any compound of them are building, and they have anything for low income people. Ask them again. Can they build units in Jamaica? You know? I'm read about the amenities. Right? The amenities of them have them property. The amenities like you have pool, you have gym, you have walking trail, you have tennis court. Those are amenities. So I read about the amenities what them have and feeding property what them have built for the rich. Through the roof. All the way he may talk about it. You know what I say? All of them things the people. All right. I'm going to pull up one right now. And enough of these NHT homes don't even have a pool. Don't even have a play field, a park. You know? Yeah. May I tell you? Me say, them not have a park. Me say, we need to start holding them account like them sorry for people. Like me, I try to show you they're not sorry for nobody, boy. Yeah? Look what bill them a bill. Poor people make them rich. Enough of them. But what them a bill now, none of me I show you, know. So why am I not coming to talk about the poor, me got this and that? No, you get a chance to show us you love the poor. You know I build property. But why do I build property? Any poor man in our thoughts? No, man. No, man. So let's go to the Bahari project where I built by Proven over St. Anne. We not forgot Andrew Wells and Juliet own his place. Because of the opposition. Proven. The Bahari in St. Anne. Let's talk about amenities. The Bahari property in Runaway Bay, St. Anne, Jamaica features a resort-style clubhouse, a pool, a gym, a hot tub, a multi-purpose court, a kiddie splash pad, a jogging trail, an on-site medical station, and 24-hour gated security. Now, when they chat about housing trust and poor people, do you have a park and housing trust subdivision? There's a play area where the mother can play with the kids. Talk to me. So community and recreation, you may talk about proven properties. Golden and Bunting. Yeah man, Billy Bahari project. I just let me go. Look at the amenities. Remember, we not talk about Andrew and Juliet yet, you know. Because God knows what them have from them place. Give me the name of them property. I'm going to go find it. I can't find it, man. I can't find it. So, this is the Bahari project, you know. This is what they do, you know, the amenities, you know, for the people who come rent, come buy. Is this for the poor? So, when they have housing trust, don't have swimming pool at the housing trust subdivision, at the housing scheme. A several housing scheme, you know, people that have a ball field them have. Not even a park, no clubhouse, no pool house. Then I consider that one, man. And I make politicians and I vote them in. But look what they pay for them property. They know the right thing, you know. They know the right thing, man, for them for the rich. But look how they look on you. A pure raka there, pure ball field, if you even have one close by. So the Bahari property in Runaway Basin and Jamaica features a resort-style clubhouse, a pool, a gym, a hot tub, multi-purpose court, a kiddie splash pad, a jogging trail, an on-site medical station, and a 24-hour gated community. Me want to live over there. I don't want to live. I don't want to live, man. Community and recreation, resort style, swimming pool and hot tub. Resort style, swimming pool and hot tub. A well-equipped clubhouse with a lounge, multi-purpose sports court, kiddie splash pad, parks and playgrounds. Parks and playgrounds, multiple. Jogging trail and landscaped picnic green spaces. Access to a private white sand beach located just 5 minutes away. Access to a private white sand beach. So the beach is private. Mark Golden that promised us that we could be able to swim before all beaches in Jamaica, even if we have to change the law. But here I know, access to private white sand beach located just 5 minutes away. Health and security, 24-hour gated security. Health and security. A 24-hour gated security. On-site medic station. Property, water storage, and eco-smart infrastructure. Unit-specific features. Private plunge pools available with select villas. Modern 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms layout with on-site ensuite bathrooms, walk-in closet, in-unit laundry and powder rooms, lower-level multiple function rooms, and blah, 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 usable or study or home office. If you'd like more information, let me know if you are looking for current price availability, or me not come to look for that. Me now do the more research on that. But it's a show you about amenities. The things that they know. So when they come around and look like a poor life, when I idiot, yeah, me, yeah, boss, you know, say this and that. We are idiot to them. But they know how to make others comfortable. But they know how to make we uncomfortable. Do you even have a goddamn people? Never community centers, never housing scheme close to me. No ball field people. If I'm on a play ball, I have to go over to school. And the school watchman say you cannot play over here, the principal. You cannot play over here. Do you understand me? There's no park. There's no walking trail. There's no kiddie splash. There ain't no green area. There ain't no pool. There ain't no tennis court. But these guys know how to make others feel good and comfortable. But when it comes to his bare minimum, I mean, I ask again, these politicians will claim that they love we need to challenge them people. You know, so they love Jamaican people, now they know how we have money, we can build stuff for rich people. But what part of the subdivision we want to build is for low income Jamaicans? Jamaican people need housing so much till they have to go catch on public land and let's create them off it and call them squatters. The people have been used and abused by the PNP and the labor rights for decades. Not doing what they promised, not saying what they promised. Once they go in the office, even the supporters forget that the man they promised them and leave life online at the mercy of the next government who are going to come in. And then the next government that come in probably promise the same thing. Come past Scotland, come promise the same thing what the PNP promised. Right? And then if we vote for them, yes, man, because the PNP did there and they promise me, you know, long them promise you no vote. Make we try and do one this time, just might give me the title. And I say back and forth at the mercy of these two parties for decades, for 80 odd years, and Jamaica land problem still no settle. And they come out here and blame PNP and Labour and who this and that. And the two party. I use the people and take them for fool and abuse them. It's not one party, truth to be told. 80 years after slavery, using the land titling over the people head to vote. If people back and forth like a prostitute and go from PNP to Labour right, Labour right to PNP and try to get peace of title because Jamaica people always look something and vote for nothing, sir. You hear them talk out of their mouth. Is the PNP don't come out here and just point hand on one side alone because it's more than just Chilani, you know. This bigger than Chilani, you know, people. This bigger than Chilani. Enough squatters there, Jamaica, from country to town. Clarendon, St. Catherine, St. Andrew. Squatters there everywhere. Westmoreland. Me I talked to our brother yesterday at Santa Cruz, at Jamaica. Me I say, what do I do that Westmoreland? Westmoreland say about enough sugar land, crown land. Where take the people about sugar land for? Who give Andrew the right to sell out any land or PJ, Porsche, anybody who going to go sell any land? Who give is this land for them to sell people? Can they just sell out the land so from the people then? And leave the people them landless? You take us from Africa, you work us, slavery abolish. All right, on the free. Go. Where we going? Where we going? So you see where squatting start? You see where squatting start? Slavery abolish. All right. Go. Where are the slaves going? No wonder it was said that slaves wandered back to the plantation. They had nowhere to go. Even here in America, too, I read about it. When slavery was abolished, even here in America, and the slaves were told to go. Many of them wandered back to the plantation. They didn't have nowhere to go. Go where? What shop you going to go into? When they have whites only shop and stuff like that up here. White only this, white only that. So some people feel more comfortable on the plantation than out there where they don't know. So some people wandered back to the plantation. Some of them start work back for the same master for money. So when slavery was abolished in Jamaica, where do they go? Where do people have to go? Isn't that where the first informal settlement may have started? Think about it. You tell the population, slavery over. Bye, see y'all. We're poor, we don't have no land, we are pauper, we are slaves. You see what I say, people? Since then, they have not settled with us. And we're talking about independence. 80 years of trickery. PNP coming there, they trick or no. Stop pointing finger, people. Talk the truth. They trick the people for vote. Labour trick them for years. And as long as them have the title dangle before their face and not give them a title. Each election cycle, they will get more people vote for them because people, for decades, people look their title. And they vote for Labour right for the title. They vote for PNP for the title. And they must switch parties to get the title. Both party in it, people. Up to the neck. Yeah? Treat the people them bad. That's why Andrew Honest I do this to the people them in 2026. This should have been settled. We have successive government, different government behind government. I just read for you. Thank you for watching this video. Share them live, people. Share them live, here. From 20 to 35% of Jamaicans are squatters. For those of you who are talking, oh, come off a land. Yo, squatters. And if the land bill I have the municipal did not stop the building and the house done bill already, you want to bet politician give them material for build a house for the land too? That's what them do it, man. PNP will give material and Labour will give material. Help build for squatter land. Can you imagine? Politician that give material or money for buy material to build for squatter land for vote. Years later, them C1 come mash it up. The PNP and the Labour have been using the people, we just read it for you a while ago, and using land. The same garrison the way you were talking about PNP and Labour garrison, an informal settlement. So Andrew Honest I do. The garrison them, informal settlement. Man just go there, go capture a piece of land and build. PNP go and go give them sweet nothings. They vote for PNP until they die. PNP have to do nothing. Labour right the same way. You can't build, man. They vote for Labour right until they die. Grandpa come up and say, see that house here? And Labour right give me grandfather it, So we could have never vote for PNP. And that's how the cycle continue. Thank you for watching this video, people. My name is Jamaican Carlos. Thanks to each and every one in the chat. Manners and respect. We vibrate on a different frequency run and so we can the people might politicize, look up on social media. It's sickening to see the amount of politicization of the people in the Chilani. I don't care if they vote for PNP or Liberty people. The people urgent, they need help and we shouldn't politicize it. If we were to speak the truth, say both parties trick the people. I just that's the truth. When I say the PNP a PJ, a Porsche, no man. They might think I come from a long time, people, they might think I come from back in the slavery days. Right over the plantation, we no problem. Because right over the plantation, we don't have the land. Then we don't have to go squat. Think about you come from a plantation. You're the first squatter. We are squat from the beginning of emancipation. I read it for you a while ago. Since emancipation, we are squat. Why? Because we're poor, we are slaves. And up till today, we're too poor to buy a house and buy a piece of land. You still job there. The politicians make it hard for me. You're still going to have squatting in 2026. When you get to 40 acres and a mule, the reparation we're going to get. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Jamaican Carlos. Share them conversation to other people so they can listen, so they also can vibrate on a different frequency when they plug in on them energy. Thank you so much, people. Manners and respect. My name is Jamaican Carlos.